rain had started early that evening. Mia Carter stood outside the glass doors of the Grand Royal Hotel, holding a small umbrella in one hand and looking at the clock on her phone. She was 24, tired, and working 2 jobs just to pay her bills. Nobody looking at her simple black dress and cheap shoes would have guessed that she came from one of the richest families in the country. Mia had made a decision 3 years earlier that changed her life. She had left her father's huge mansion and stopped using her family name. Her father, Daniel Carter, was a billionaire who owned hotels, factories, and several technology companies. But Mia hated the way people treated her when they knew who she was. She wanted to know who would respect her without knowing her bank account. So she moved to another city and started working as a waitress. That night, she was serving at a private business dinner hosted by Adrian Blake, one of the city's most powerful CEOs. Adrian was famous for his cold personality. Employees were afraid of him, business competitors hated him, and newspapers often called him the ICO. His girlfriend, Vanessa, was sitting beside him. She was beautiful, wealthy, and used to getting whatever she wanted. Mia quietly placed a glass of water on Vanessa's table. Vanessa looked at her from head to toe and frowned. "You're late." "I'm sorry, ma'am," Mia said politely. The kitchen was busy. Vanessa laughed. "Of course. People like you always have an excuse." Mia said nothing. She simply walked away. A few minutes later, Vanessa noticed that a small drop of sauce had landed on the sleeve of her expensive dress. She immediately stood up. "You!" she shouted. The entire room became quiet. Mia turned around. "Yes, ma'am. Did you do this?" Mia looked at the dress. "I'm sorry. I didn't touch your dress." Vanessa stepped closer. "Don't lie to me." Adrian finally looked up from his phone. He seemed annoyed, but he did not say anything. Mia tried to explain, but Vanessa suddenly grabbed the front of Mia's uniform and pulled it hard. The fabric tore near her shoulder. Everyone gasped. Mia froze. Vanessa stared at her angrily. "Maybe now you'll learn how to treat important customers." Mia looked down at the torn dress. Her eyes filled with tears, but she refused to cry. "You didn't have to do that," she whispered. Vanessa laughed. "And what are you going to do about it?" Mia slowly looked at Adrian. He finally stood. "Enough," he said. The room became silent again. Mia expected him to defend her, but Adrian only looked at her torn uniform and said, "Go home. We'll handle this later." Those words hurt more than Vanessa's insult. Mia walked away. She went into the staff room, changed her clothes, and sat alone for several minutes. She was trying to control her emotions when her phone began ringing. It was her father. She almost ignored the call, but something inside her told her to answer. "Dad." Daniel Carter's voice was serious. "Mia, where are you?" "I'm working." "Come home tonight." "Why?" There was a long silence. "Because tomorrow I am announcing something important. I want you beside me." Mia sighed. "Dad, I told you I don't want to live that life." "I know," he said softly, "but you can't hide forever." Mia looked at her torn uniform. Maybe he was right. The next morning, the Grand Royal Hotel was surrounded by reporters. Daniel Carter had called a major business conference. Adrian Blake arrived with Vanessa, expecting another ordinary business event. He had no idea that the person standing beside Daniel Carter would make his entire world stop. Mia entered the hall, wearing a simple white suit. The reporters immediately turned toward her. Daniel smiled proudly. "Everyone," he announced, "I'd like you to meet my daughter, Mia Carter." Adrian's face went completely pale. Vanessa stopped breathing for a moment. The waitress she had humiliated the night before was not a waitress at all. She was the daughter of the billionaire who owned the hotel. And Daniel Carter had one more announcement that nobody in the room expected. The room was silent. Mia stood beside her father while hundreds of cameras pointed toward her. She did not look angry. She did not look proud. She simply looked calm. Daniel continued. "For the last 3 years, my daughter has lived without using our family name. She wanted to experience normal life and understand people without wealth or power between them." Several reporters immediately began asking questions. Adrian could not take his eyes off Mia. He remembered the previous night. He remembered Vanessa pulling her dress. He remembered Mia standing there with tears in her eyes while he did nothing. Vanessa whispered, "This can't be true." Adrian looked at her. "It is." Vanessa's confidence disappeared. Daniel then announced that his daughter would soon become involved in the family business. Mia would oversee a new foundation supporting workers, young entrepreneurs, and families struggling with financial problems. A reporter asked, "Mia, why did you hide your identity for so long?" Mia took a breath. "Because I wanted to know how people behave when they think you have nothing." The room became quiet. She continued, "Last night gave me my answer." Vanessa lowered her head. After the conference, Adrian approached Mia privately. "Mia." She turned around. "I'm sorry," he said. Mia looked at him calmly. "For what?" "For not stopping Vanessa." Mia nodded slowly. "You knew what was happening, and you still allowed it." Adrian had no answer. "I thought powerful people were supposed to protect people who work for them," Mia said. "But I learned something last night. Sometimes power makes people silent." She walked away. Adrian did not follow. Meanwhile, Vanessa's behavior quickly became public. Someone had recorded the incident, and the video spread online. Thousands of people criticized her for humiliating a hotel worker. But Mia refused to destroy Vanessa. When reporters asked whether she wanted Vanessa fired from every company connected to her family, Mia simply said, "No. She made a bad choice. Let her learn from it." That answer surprised everyone. Mia's father later offered Adrian a chance to continue their business partnership, but only if Adrian changed the way his company treated employees. Adrian agreed. Over the next year, he introduced better workplace policies, created a complaint system for staff, and personally apologized to several employees he had treated unfairly. Mia also continued her work. She never forgot the night her dress was ripped, but she also never allowed that night to define her. Months later, Mia and Adrian met again at a charity event. This time, Adrian did not see a waitress. He did not see a billionaire's daughter. He simply saw Mia. "I've changed," he told her. Mia smiled slightly. "People don't prove change with words." "I know." "Then prove it with your actions." Adrian nodded. Their relationship did not begin that night. It took time, trust, and many difficult conversations. Mia refused to be impressed by money, and Adrian slowly learned that respect was more valuable than power. The story that had begun with a torn dress ended with something neither of them expected. Mia had entered the hotel as a waitress nobody noticed. She left as the daughter of a billionaire who had shown everyone in that room an important lesson. You should never judge someone's value by the clothes they wear, the job they do, or the money you think they have. Because sometimes the person you look down on today may be the person standing above you tomorrow.